lot of games coming out in the early access section on Steam, but few have turned heads like The Forever Winter. A co-op extraction stealth horror shooter set in a grim, dark Earth only 40 years after industrial-scale warfare between two military titans, brutal slaughter by AI, and the inevitable hybridization of humans into machines. I've never shied away from the pointlessness and devastation of war, and more importantly, the true understanding of what happens when conflict of this scale goes too far. I haven't been over here yet. That's where the exit is. The graveyard at the dividing line of the conflict, I guess. Oh. Okay, you're good. You're good forever, Winter. It's fine. Games like Armored Core 6 have come out and shown this kind of destruction on a macro scale. But now, we have a glimpse into the micro scale. In this game, there are two military superpowers, and you are not working for either side. They just deployed gas? They just deployed smoke? That's one tank destroyed. In fact, you aren't even enlisted, conscripted, or devout to war. You are a small, weak human being made of a mixture of organic and synthetic flesh, and you are but a rat beneath the feet of the top of the food chain. In order to survive, you need to go out into the conflict and grab what scraps they leave behind. And your most important commodity is water.
Best day ever.
The more of it you have, the more survivors flock to your lair deep below the endless war above, and that provides more options. That being said, the servers were exploding on day one, so I had to play it solo, which, first off, good on Fundog Studios for actually launching it with solo play in mind. That said, the community wanted to help provide feedback, and the response was high enough that they actually released it in a very early state. The devs directly referred to Ready or Not for tackling grim and realistic themes head-on, as well as how they would develop content by letting players test maps that were lacking in polish or art direction. The thing about The Forever Winter is that it's an extraction shooter amid a sea of extraction shooters trying to get your attention away from Escape from Tarkov. It has a basic gunsmithing system, you go around and you loot containers or dead enemies. If you die, then all your loot is gone. There are 5 playable characters, each with a predefined set of skills that make them better at certain roles in a group, and as you survive and extract with these characters, you can increase their prestige level to improve their capabilities. The weapon variety is alright in the early game, stuff like AKs, M4s, and P90s. What I find kinda funny is the USP 45 being here. I love 45 ACP as much as the next person, but I don't think it's doing fuck all to some goddamn Space Marines. However, because the game is in such an early state, it has a lot of issues already. Stuttering and crashes, huge frame rate drops, an art style that demands top-of-the-line hardware to look presentable, and character movement still has that special kind of jank. However, what keeps me interested is the atmosphere, the environmental storytelling, and the admittedly ambitious dynamic encounter system. Maps are significantly smaller than something like Escape from Tarkov, which are often 3 square kilometers of... This is good and bad in a lot of ways. It's bad in the sense that the AI was not built for the sheer amount of microterrain in certain areas, or that their detection is extremely inconsistent, or the terrible nav meshing. It's good because the main point of the game is stealth. You have to make decisions in a fight, often lagging just beyond ongoing firefights and barely dodging or taking stray rounds.
Death dance time.
Looting what you can before another patrol comes by to investigate. In many instances, the only place you are safest is right in the middle of everything. If the AI and their pathing improves, this would genuinely be a downright horrifying game to play once everything is figured out, so here's my personal thoughts. The UI needs a little work, in general. The aesthetic is fine since I too love VCR OSD mono as a font, but there's very little context to anything. Sure, this thing is some kind of cyborg scanner, but where does it go? Do I sell these lockboxes, or can you only open them after a mission? Can they even be opened? The gunplay feels solid, though kill feedback is a little weak, and I may be slightly biased to modern FPS animation techniques, but especially in the sense of how impactful the weapons are and how heavy the recoil is. It might benefit the gameplay to make the various operations of the weapons challenging in some way. Things like being unskilled with guns at all, or having difficulty operating it due to poor condition. The Forever Winter is brutal, and enough time has passed in the setting that humans can be born at least 2 generations ago and have never known peace, but this doesn't always mean anyone outside of the military is properly trained in firearms. Also, I don't like the voice direction. I think maybe the team will understand when I say it gives off Ubisoft E3 demo vibes.
Gold in the garbage.
The game in its current state is pretty unstable, but optimization comes with time, and more importantly, testing other people's hardware to find a balance between fidelity and performance. The main reason I even considered buying into it is because of the early bird special. The game will eventually be $50, but since the game is in such an early point of development, you can hop in and help test the game out for a little under $30. Even though the performance issues can be particularly bad at times, I was able to get in and actually play the game pretty quickly after the initial shader compilation. For comparison, even on an SSD on my lowest settings, Escape from Tarkov refuses to be stable and will constantly max out my CPU. It crashes often, takes upwards of 5 minutes to load into a map, and sometimes you walk 50 feet and get shot immediately in the head by an SVD. With the Forever Winter, I get into a map with a handful of micro-stutters and some frame rate drops depending on how much volumetric fog and smoke they use, and only had a single crash in about 3 hours. But I also have a 3080, and apparently even the minimum recommended specs struggle, so here's hoping they clean up the performance a little. Here's a raid in one of my favorite maps just because of how much detail there is in every little path. Enjoy. Let's go ahead and sell some stuff that I don't need, because I need more credits. How does a cassette tape sell more than an imported organ? That's horrifying. Shaman? Sacrifices nuance. We'll go with Mask Man then. Allows use of grenade launchers. Heavy rifles. I see. Okay. We'll go with Bagman.
Hard to breathe up here, but the mask helps.
I need to switch this to surplus. Okay. So this is my favorite map just because of the skybox. Whoever did the skybox, I need to give some credit to. I love the way that the sun is being choked out by, like, the green smog, the pollution. It's a big deal. Very cool. It explains why everything is so much darker, too. Okay. Are there any friends up here? There's usually a fight. Oh, wait. There are. I don't know the efficacy of the SVD. But there's currently a fight going on. You can find it at another place. Wish there was a lean. Okay, I'm going back down into my hole. I don't trust that. They're currently distracted elsewhere. I might be able to make a move. Oh, they come. Okay. We're not going that way then. They're just kind of living there now. If I can get away with your open drone components, I'd be happy, because they can sometimes spawn around here. Oh, okay. These people are everywhere.
The report is in. It's raining bullets.
Okay, we're just going elsewhere. We can get past this group here. Okay, we are leaving. Oh, bunch of wounded in the trenches. Okay. I'm starting to think that maybe this will be a quieter option. Those turrets are probably active. That's not. Well, I guess I'll have to take my chances. Yeah, that's a high caliber round. I took one earlier. I think I can just walk here. Definitely can't poke my head out of that range, though. Oh. Okay. Whatever. That... I should have been found. There it is. Okay, we're leaving. I will take my dose and leave. I wanted to say I'll take my dose and then say adios, but I feel like that's a little too stupid even for me. We're going this way. Oh, there's so many. So many around here. We're going... I can't tell if something being quiet is a good thing anymore. There's gotta be a patrol coming this way eventually. Oh. This is new. I haven't been over here, but that's where the exit is. It's just a graveyard. The graveyard at the dividing line of the conflict, I guess. Oh. Okay, you're good. You're good forever, Winter. It's fine. Here we go. A little more of a stable frame rate. The point is that... I've made a mistake.
Shit. Something's kicking out there.
Alright, I'm going the opposite way up the back. I I think it would be a very good idea. I haven't done, like, any looting, but if I were to, it would be around here. There's a lot of cyborgs out there. Do I want to fight that? Early access. It is a long way to this exit, specifically. But it's better than taking on a mech. Oh, shit. Yeah, that guy's trouble. And he has friends.
Oh, this is what it's all for.
Cool. Could you not talk? That'd probably be good for your survival, I'm just saying, buddy. Precision components. I can loot what I can here, and then I have to go. Hunter-killers are not trifled with. No room. Okay. I'm capped out. We leave. And we leave with a degree of urgency, even though I'm extremely weighed down. Yep, it's time to go. We're just gonna hope that enemies are not at extraction, even though we know that there's one at extraction. Okay, that's the hunter killer. Okay, cool. That's not a bad extraction.
Getting there. Slowly but surely. Again. Something at least.
Got out with some supply.